2024 WWE Clash at the Castle recap.
402 Sports Drop.
Boom!
Like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Hate on Berto.
I don't give a shit as long as you like and subscribe.
Don't say all comments are comments.
Yeah. The comment's a comment. Shit.
Yeah. Even if it just says shit.
Well,
all right.
First match was a great way to start the event.
Oh, yeah.
Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles, an I Quit match for the undisputed WWE Championship.
You say Cody? Hell no.
And that's why it went on first, because they needed something to pop. And
Oh, yeah. And then they had to have, I think a lot of the reason it went on first, when you see something like that go first, that means the show is going to end differently. The show is going to end good. It's not going to end with Cody standing there, oh, Cody Rhodes. It was going to end differently.
The fans were like wild, man. They were chanting their asses off.
Nuts.
Yeah. Wow.
11,000 in attendance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was more.
It's 11,005 something. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying the way it looked like there was a lot more in there.
That stadium looks huge.
It looks
huge, it looks like a croissant on the outside.
Yeah. So it started with the referee demanding the superstars go to neutral corners, gave a huge UFC vibe.
Yeah, and they don't even send them to the neutral corner anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, they totally did. The camera in the ring and everything.
Mm-hmm. Great match though.
Yeah.
Fantastic match. I mean, we got color, we got, handcuffs,
tables,
kendo
sticks.
Yeah, everything. Yeah,
mom smacking.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Cody
Mom
got his butt kicked.
Shit.
Cody
Mom
got his
smacked
butt
the shit out of
kicked
AJ though.
Like 3 times.
Yeah. They both got their asses whooped. I mean, they beat each other down good.
Oh yeah, there's no winner or loser in that match.
No. Styles was getting brutal, man. It was just crazy how
far they were going.
Beating the brakes off him. He looked
whipping him with the belt.
Yeah, the whole 9. A chair.
Yeah, it got rough. It got rough quick and hard.
Yeah. The one spot I didn't like is when AJ put the chair around Cody Rhodes' neck. Cody Rhodes acted like he couldn't get out.
Yeah, it looked kind of stupid.
It looked dumb. That part looked dumb. And as soon as AJ stomped on the chair, that chair automatically just off.
Yep. How easy it worked then.
Yeah, it was quick then. But it was a good match. AJ Styles lost.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of fashion that Benny brought up when we were watching it. You want to go ahead and revisit that, Benny?
That was John Cena JBL. I quit. And I don't remember what I looked it up last night. I don't recall exactly when it was, but yeah, it was the same thing because he had that big muffler and JBL was laying there and he went to hit him with the big old giant muffler and he's like, I quit. And that's exactly what happened last night. He came to attack him and then he's like, I quit.
And Cody had to steal steps.
Yeah, he was about to hit him with the steps to smash his brain in and attempted murder.
At that time, AJ Styles was handcuffed. I mean, there's nothing he could do.
Well, so was Cody.
Yeah. But
Cody was handcuffed to himself. He was handcuffed to himself.
That's true. And AJ was handcuffed to the thing.
Yeah, the ropes.
Oh, a la Big Boss Man. Remember that?
Yeah.
He's choke him out with his nightstick while they're on the ropes.
Yep.
It was a good match.
Yeah, it was a really good match. One hell of a way to
take care of each other.
They did.
But I watched the post show, and both Styles and Cody were not on that post show.
Oh.
I guess they were freaking hurting.
The second match was the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Bianca Belair and Jade versus Alba Fire, Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. I thought originally
just so you know, I called that match and
Baszler and Stark was going to win. That's originally what I thought.
I wasn't sure if they were going to take the titles off them or not, but I figured if they were, it would be those two. I agreed with you when you said it.
Well, just as dominant as they made them look, the night previously. I mean, they made them look dynamite.
Oh yeah.
How long
Well-
were they on the main roster? What, a week?
Not even.
Not even.
They
Well,
came
yeah,
They're
in.
already
yeah, a
tag team
week.
champions.
Yeah, they were weak. Yeah.
So they're impressive.
Yeah, they came in and we were kind of like, ooh, the C Squad showed up.
Yeah. Yeah. The noon strippers are here.
For the main stage at noon.
Yeah.
The day shift, they're always good too. They start out there grinding.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good match. I mean, I thought that Baszler and Zoe Stark was going to win big time. I mean, just as dominant as they looked in that first match.
Well, they looked the part. They were like the female version of like the Road Warriors. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They look the part. The Powers of Pain or whatever. You have big tag teams like that, and they just look the part. They look strong as hell.
Mhm.
And I just thought they were going to keep it on them. And if they took them off them. So now I wonder what happens with those two. Do they start to fizzle out? Do they go their own ways?
Possible.
I think they're going to split up. And I think Shayna Baszler is going to have a push as a solo.
I'm not talking about Shane. I'm talking about Bianca and Jade.
Oh, those two.
Mm.
I have no clue. Maybe they're
Maybe
going to feud with the new champions.
Well, I think, yeah, I think they may start the SummerSlam feud for SummerSlam instead of WrestleMania.
And I think it's going to be Baszler and Stark going after the tag titles. I think they're going to feud with them.
Yeah, they could do that.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. But the match was pretty good,
Mhm.
all until Cargill fell off the rope.
Yeah, Cargill. Yeah.
There's a lot of misses.
You made that point right away too, when I was like, "Oh, she jacked that up," and then it looked jacked. Everything looked jacked up from there, and like you said, she couldn't get it back together again.
Yeah.
I think it messed her up that she messed up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of misses in that match.
Yeah,
I think she was in her head.
Yeah, I think she was the reason everything got messed up. Not putting on her that she's bad or anything like that. I just think from that happening, it was a lot of the mess up was her fault.
Yeah. And I can relate because like if I make a mistake like in pool, I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, you're hung on.
I can't get back.
And sometimes it's like showing up late for work. You always just 5 minutes behind the whole day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's kind of how she was. She was just a step behind the rest of the time. She just couldn't find that step back in.
Yeah. It happens to everybody, but in that business, you could hurt somebody.
Yeah. And you have guys like us, wrestling fans like us, who could tell when you messed up.
Yeah. And she was on herself about it too, because she was like, you could tell the way she was when she missed a spot on the ground. You could tell she was getting frustrated.
Yeah, yeah. And hey, you know what? At least she didn't get a "you effed up" chant.
Yeah.
Because they like to put those on a lot of people, but maybe they gave Cargill the benefit of the doubt in that one.
Mm-hmm. And it was a high risk move too. So
yeah, it was. I don't know what it was that made her slip off of it, but her foot slipped off that rope and she went down instead of up.
It could have been sweat. Too much body lotion.
Ooh, got the baby oil, baby oil. Ooh, got the baby oil. Got to shine up somehow.
Yeah.
She's awfully shiny though, ain't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So which one's going to be heel? Bianca?
No.
Or Cargill?
Cargill.
Cargill looks like a heel. She looks like she could bring out her inner bitch really well.
She was a heel in AEW.
Exactly.
She was
she knows how to do
heel.
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I guarantee she could bring out that inner bitch.
Spending time with Swerve Strickland. I mean, she was a bitch.
He's kind of a douche, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Swerve. I don't like it.
Yeah. And now he's their champion.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Ricochet. Go over to that second-rate company.
Yeah. Our next match was in Chad Gable for the IC Championship. I thought it was a really good match.
It was.
All in all, it was a hard hitting. I say that a lot, but it was hard hitting.
Yeah.
Anytime you take chops the way them guys do, man, that just it reverbs. And man, I don't know. It just I'm not going to stand there and let somebody chop me in the chest like that.
Oh,
But Taker always said he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He always
no.
said, I don't do chops. I only let certain people give me chops. Sometimes I've let Sean do it. I've let Rick do it, but not many people. I don't let them.
Mhm.
you know what I
Yeah.
think? I think there's a lot of moves in WWE that you can fake, make them look like they're real, and they're fake as shit.
Yeah.
But those
Sometimes
chops,
you have to lay into them.
those chops are not. There ain't nothing fake about that.
Yeah.
Oh, bringing blood to the surface on Sheamus's
Oh.
chest. Wow.
Mm.
Those are real chops.
And
Tell me it's
especially them
fake.
freaking chops from Gunther.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Jesus.
he does it kind of like what is that guy's name? He was a wrestler back in the day, turned trainer, Fit Finley.
Oh, yeah. Well, Fit Finley was one of those guys. When you
Yeah.
wrestled Fit Finley, he was going to lay it on you.
And Sheamus the same way, and
Yeah.
D-Bry, and even Flair.
Yep.
As
They'll lay
many
'em on you.
chops as Flair did, you hardly ever saw blood come to the in your skin. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? You never saw that. But now,
Hmm.
no.
And see,
No.
that's kind of what I was thinking too. Is ever since we got this new Trips era, the wrestling has gotten real stiff. Kinda.
Mhm.
It's like they're out there fighting a lot more now. Maybe it's the
Yeah.
UFC merge thing like that. Like, hey, we gotta turn it on out there. You guys gotta look real because, like I always say, and I'll repeat it to the end of until the end of days. If you can't play fight in wrestling when there's real fighting going on. You can't do it. It
Mhm.
just looks horrible.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
You can throw movie punches all day long, but they better be on point.
Yeah, exactly. You better connect pretty damn good. And most of them are, but yeah, I think that match was super brutal and didn't go the way I thought it was going to. I thought Gable was going to take it off him.
I did
Yeah.
too.
And good for Otis, man, sticking up for himself a little bit.
Yeah. No, he always watches out for Maxine.
Yeah. And old Chad Chop Block, man, that
That was messed up. Because it was
I don't know.
he didn't run into her. He chopped
he
her
chop block,
totally.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what do you do now though. I mean, the feud between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable's getting old.
Oh, it's been old.
Yeah.
How many chances do you give a guy?
I don't know. It's
Well, somebody on the pay-per-view chat said, of course, Chad didn't win it because he's on his way out to AEW.
He ain't going
his
anywhere.
contract is about over, but that's all I've heard.
Yeah. And
They've already offered Chad a contract. The offer's out, and it's a big offer.
If he wants to go to AEW doing what he's doing at WWE,
No,
that ain't gonna work.
he would get eaten up in AEW in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
And if you never know. He could come out tomorrow and be like, I want my rematch because the Alpha Academy messed up the whole match, and I want my rematch so I can beat you. And the Alpha Academy's not there, or they go out there and
There's a
screw him
reason
over.
why they didn't put that belt on him. I mean, everybody thought it was going to happen. He was going to win this one.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why. And honestly, I'm pretty sure it's because of his contract.
I don't think
that's
he goes
just
to
what I
AEW.
think.
Yeah. I heard the same thing, and I don't see Gable fitting in at AEW.
I don't either.
I just not even a little bit. And maybe it's something he's never shown before or wants to show. I don't know. But his character now does not fit. And I don't know. I mean, you got guys like Jay Lethal, or not Jay Lethal, but Jay White, and you got
Formerly known
Daniel
as Jay
Bryan,
Lethal.
Claudio, Eddie Kingston.
John Moxley.
They would just beat the brakes off of him.
Yeah, and you want to make him believable, and I think the situation he's in now is the most believable.
Yeah.
As being a little jerk, being a jerk about everything and stuff like that. I would like to see the Otis Chad Gable feud.
Yeah.
Push it real hard.
We could be seeing that too.
Give something for Otis to do. When was the last time you see Otis wrestle? He wrestled Sami Zayn a long time ago.
He wrestled him last week.
Yeah, and you don't really see him wrestle at all.
No.
He's just always with him. So maybe you need to start giving him his dues.
Mm-hmm. Because he
Instead
was
of just wasting it.
teaming with Tozawa, and Tozawa's kind of MIA right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't there at all.
Put Tozawa on the Judgment Day.
That'd be like putting our truth in the Judgment Day.
Well, then you would have it. It'd be a multicultural. You got the Hispanic end. You have the Native American end of Damian Priest. You have the Asian end of Tozawa, and you got the Irish end of Finn and McDonough. So
it's a melting pot.
exactly. What was that? The Alliance or something like that? They had
United.
Del Rio.
Yeah.
Del Rio, Sheamus, McIntyre? No.
I think so. No. Was it McIntyre?
I think so.
Or was it Wade Barrett?
It was Barrett.
That was the Nexus.
No. Remember when they had the Alliance? It was Sheamus was the leader of it, and then it had Alberto Del Rio was in it, and then
Wade
Wade Barrett was in it. They were like the Alliance.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like the United Nations kind of type of deal.
Yeah.
Anyways. Next match. Yep. Next match is the for the WWE Women's Championship, Bayley versus Piper Niven. And I'll give Piper this. She looked the part.
She's better than Nia.
Oh, 10 times better. She's not sloppy. She takes care. When she did that driver with Bayley, she took care of her.
Oh yeah, because that looked at when they showed the replay, you could see how she really tucked her in. But when I first seen it with no replay, I was like, oh man.
It was scary until the replay showed that she tucked her, and she tucked her hard.
Yeah,
she took care of her.
She landed just under the shoulders.
Right.
Just under the shoulders.
She should have won that match.
I was hoping she was going to.
Yeah.
It would give more spotlight to Chelsea Green. Oh, then she got kicked out. Charles Robinson kicked her out. He was messing around, and Charles Robinson, I was waiting for it. I knew it. I seen his hand, and he's like, "Get it!" I was like, "Yes!" And it wasn't that I wanted Chelsea to leave. It was more of I wanted to see him kick her out. I wanted to see that.
Yeah, she broke my hand.
Yeah, she stepped on her hand.
Yeah.
So she had to
she came back as Nacho Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That was hilarious. When I'm like, oh shit, who's coming out? Who is? Oh, it's Chelsea Green in a mask.
Whoever thought about that?
It was probably her.
Clothes. All she did was put a mask on.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah. It was hilarious.
The old Hulk Hogan gimmick. Put the mask on. Now you're somebody else.
Yeah.
That was hilarious, though. I loved it. She come running. It was a Rey Mysterio mask. It looked like.
It is. It was. Yeah.
It looked like it was way too big for her head, and it was tied real tight so it would stay on.
Yeah. That match was a good match. Besides AJ and Styles up to this point was probably second favorite match.
Yeah, that was a good match.
I'd put it right up there, and I didn't say anything, but Nia Jax, Queen of the Ring, with the show Piper put on last night.
Yeah,
there's something wrong.
Yep.
Piper could wrestle circles around Nia.
Hell yeah.
Out wrestle her for sure, because Nia doesn't do anything but push people around.
Right. And it's sloppy doing
pushing
that.
The wrong person.
But it's the connection.
Like
She's Samoan. It's the Samoan mafia. The whole family thing. They're in it because of it. Yeah. You're only here because your cousin works here.
Well, why not Tamina?
Yeah.
She's gone.
Tamina was good.
Sure, Tamina. She was good. She was better than Nia Jax.
She wasn't part of that Noah family, though. She was the Superfly Jimmy Snuka's daughter.
But they're still related. They're cousins.
You sure? I don't
I
think.
believe so.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
The
I
Rock.
didn't know. I didn't know Superfly. Now, a Noah family. Nia is cousins with The Rock. She's bloodline.
Right.
Yeah, The Rock just
But
bought her a house.
Tamina is not.
The Rock
That's
just
what I
bought
was getting
Tamina
at.
house.
Yeah,
It's they're cousins, like second cousins.
Yeah.
The Snuka family married into
So
the
you're
Noe
saying it's
family.
not incest?
Yeah.
No,
but anyway,
I didn't know she. I didn't know she was. I didn't
Yeah.
know. I thought Snuka was not part of the family.
It's a married in type of deal. Yeah.
but anyway, Piper Niven can wrestle circles around Nia Jax.
Yeah.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah. And I think she deserves a push, a big time singles push.
She does. And last night showed it.
Yeah.
She needs to be in there. And keep Chelsea with her. I'm cool with it.
She got more moves in her little finger than Nia Jax has in her whole body.
Yeah.
All Nia Jax knows how to do is fall on you.
Sit on you and push you.
Yep.
And it's stupid, but it
she
is
can
what
do
it
a
is.
Samoan drop, but that's just like falling on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Piper has all the tools.
Bayley
Moving
won.
on. Yeah, Bailey won. Retain. Yeah. Yeah. Moving on to the next match, which is the main event. World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Finally.
They talked about it so much. Was that the main event?
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we're at the main event already?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's only 5 matches.
Oh. I didn't know we were at the main event already.
Yeah. Drew had a hell of an entrance with all the bagpipes and
yep.
Oh yeah,
was
they
nice.
they did him good.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was really cool that running back. When the tag team champions, when the female tag team champions, when they won, that was really cool. That crowd was hot for them. They
Yeah.
were really excited. Yeah, that was good to see that in their hometown. And like you said, Bert, they were only there for a week, and now they're already champions. And
Yeah.
if it was a surprise to us, imagine being in Scotland and they ended up winning it. It's like, whoa, they ended up winning it. And so, hell yeah, good for them. Good for
Yeah.
them. But
Yeah.
now back to the main event.
I thought it was a really good back and forth. You know, nobody really gaining an advantage off jump.
Mhm.
But then the spot happened where Damian Priest's leg got caught in the ropes.
Oh yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
Drew broke character for like 5 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was there to take care of him.
Because he was laying on the ground, and as soon as that happened, he jumped up and ran up to him.
Yeah.
And then the ref ran up.
Yeah.
And then the ref ran up, and then I think that's when Damian probably gave him the call. I'm good. Keep going. Yeah. And then so he waved the ref off from helping him.
Yeah.
And then they broke character again, getting him out of there. They helped him out. He brought him back over, and then they got his foot out of there, and then it was back to wrestling again.
Yeah.
Good camaraderie. Good job. I like it on both ends.
Very much so. And it as everybody says, you know, it's just a story. It's just a story. And that just kind of shows the brotherhood in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
That you're going to look out for the other guy.
Oh yeah.
And that was awesome.
And you got to think somebody like Drew, and I don't know how long Priest has really been around wrestling, but Drew's been around for a long time in that locker room, and he's never been anywhere else. Yeah. So I could see him being somebody a lot of people probably look up to in the locker room too. And that's something that you want to do in front of the boys that are looking up to you, making sure you're taking care of the next guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Drew was in TNA for a while.
Come on,
but
Cat.
Came back.
Yeah.
He came back. So,
yeah, that spot is.
That was a nasty spot, man.
Yeah, it was, but it worked out well. And then they got right back to business. And I don't know if he was selling that ankle the whole time or if
he was.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was selling it or if he was really taking care or ginger on it because he was walking with it a lot, even on the way out.
Yeah, you could tell just the way that he was climbing the ropes that it wasn't a sell.
Yeah.
Because he like tried it twice. He's like, I can't. Then he tried his other foot and he got up on the ropes with his left instead of his right. But man, I couldn't imagine my whole leg and everything would be torn in my leg if I did that.
Well, that's why you take the advice from RVD. Stretch. You better stretch before every match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stretch.
Warm up. Don't go in cold.
Nope.
Yeah.
You want to stretch out all those ligaments.
You got to think those ropes. I mean, the inside is cable.
Yeah.
And the only
I've
thing
ran
that's
ropes.
Yeah,
the
only thing
they'll
is
get your back.
it's tape. It's taped
Yeah.
up. That's it. There's no
Well, you-
freaking coating or anything. That should
I know you worked there. Did you ever run ropes before?
I didn't run no ropes, man.
Oh yeah, you could feel it. You could feel it when you run the ropes every time. Because I remember the first time you started, it's supposed to be when they teach you to do it, it's almost like a 3-step. Boom, 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 bounce. Boom, 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 bounce. Boom, 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 bounce. And you hit those things so hard to shoot you back off the other way. Yeah, when you first start doing it, those ropes, they're unforgiving.
I got in the ring. I got in the ring many times. But I know I'm just a fat boy.
Oh, well,
But
that was half my age ago when I did. I was 22 years old. But yeah,
Crazy.
that was a pretty rough spot.
Yeah.
The match went on pretty good.
So the match went on, and then towards the end, the referee jumped out of the way, so he didn't get hit.
Yeah, I jumped out of the ring so he didn't get hit.
Winds up getting hit outside the ring, getting back in the ring, and no ref.
Nope. And then there was the Claymore.
Yep. What about a
One-
15 count?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No ref.
Nope.
And then a ref finally came out.
Danny Davis?
No.
At first, I thought it was an actual ref, but
Caught me
turns
off
out
guard. I
I'm
was
it's
like-
CM Punk.
I was like, what is this? But it was cohesive the way it happened. He ran in. I'm like, what is this slick back hair referee? Who's this guy? And then you go, oh, CM Punk. I was like, oh, damn. I thought Danny Davis the way he had that shirt on.
The shoes gave it away.
Yeah, the slick
As
hair
soon
was
as-
what threw me off right away.
Yeah. I'm like, the shoes. So referees only wear black shoes.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw the red sole and the Jordan, I'm like, that's CM Punk.
There's a thing with WWE. Anybody who has anything to do during the show at the ring, you have to be in dark color.
Because you can't shine. And that's what the refs, that's why they all wear the black
Mhm.
shoes, black pants, and a black and white shirt, and that's it. It's not about you. It's about the wrestlers.
Yeah. So
Yep.
he counted 2 and just stopped and looked at Drew
And then Drew
and
realized,
just laughed. And Drew backed him to the corner, and what do you do when you get back to the corner? You fight your way out. And he kicked him right in the old no squares.
yep. And what the good point about that is he snatched up Punk and put him in the corner. So that means I think Punk is ready for action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we're going to see Punk start off tomorrow.
Yep.
We're going to see him open Raw. I think Punk opens with Raw. Or Drew opens Raw and Punk comes out laughing at him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Priest did win.
Who counted the
retained.
3? Punk?
The actual ref.
Okay, yeah, the actual ref. I was like, was Punk really sanctioned as a ref?
No, he started walking away and he's laughing about it, and that guy in the crowd was flipped him off like, "Eh."
A lot of fingers in the crowd. A lot of
Yeah.
fingers. I don't know
Little-
if Scottish, if that's what you roll, but yeah, the kid.
The kid had a big ass head. He was just a kid. He's just throwing fingers everywhere. I'm like, look
Oh,
at that little
man.
kid. That big head little kid.
Oh, there were fingers everywhere. Everybody was
Oh.
flipping everybody off. It
Yeah,
was so
and
weird.
they were chanting and
Oh,
just the F bombs and the fingers and
Yes.
it was crazy.
The whole front side of the crowd was all fingers. I was like, is that
Yeah.
a big thing in Scotland? I don't know if the middle finger is a huge conversation in Scotland or what, but they definitely
Maybe.
put it down.
Maybe that's how they say hi.
So they were all CM Punk fans?
Yeah. I mean, the guy was right in his face too. I mean, he was just throwing fingers right in his face, and it's like Punk didn't even see him. He's like, yeah, whatever. He's
It
eating
reminds
up.
me of remember the Mr. Bean? He flips him off, and he's like, "Oh, he's just saying hi." Then he's just waving at everybody.
But for a PLE, it was decent. It
Yeah.
wasn't very long. It was only 5 matches, but it ended stories and
Hopefully.
opened opportunity for new stories
Mm-hmm. And
to build for SummerSlam.
only one belt changed hands.
Yeah, and it was the women. Yeah,
It was the women tag,
yeah.
and that's fine.
Now,
Yeah.
I know you guys don't watch the post show, but I watched the post show, and there was 2 parts. First guest on the post show was Damian Priest. This is funny as shit. He walked out there, sat down, and he told the reporters, "Rise to the world champion." Nobody was moving. He said, "If you don't rise to the world champion, I'm leaving." Everybody stood up.
Rise for the Judgment Day. That's what he should have said.
Yeah.
And he said, "I have not went to the trainer to see if my ankle's okay." He says, "I will go after here. I came straight from the ring to the press conference."
And what were you talking about? Randy, you were talking about Drew attacked Graves?
Yeah, Drew attacked after the match was over. Drew McIntyre attacked Corey Graves and had to be broken up and separated by Wade Barrett.
You sure it
So-
wasn't Wade Barrett?
Corey Graves
Barrett was breaking it up.
Corey Graves was fighting with him.
Drew was manhandling him, and Wade Barrett come in and broke him up and walked Drew back to the locker room.
For what? Did it give any reason why?
No.
Well, after the show was done, it went straight to the pre-show announcers. It was Corey Graves,
KO.
Wade Barrett, and the lady. I don't remember her name.
It was KO. Or was it Wade Barrett?
Wade Barrett.
KO was on the pre-show.
He was on earlier, but not late.
Yeah.
So Wade Barrett was, I mean, dude, he was freaking off the hook. He was pissed because CM Punk got into that match. And he was just pissed that Drew McIntyre lost. So that might have been why, because Corey Graves was like just dusting him off, like, it's fine, it's. So that might be why it happened, but I don't
where
know.
would Drew come into play? If that's between Barrett and Graves, where does Drew come into play?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I just saw the video like right before we did the pod.
And
Weird.
another funny part on the press conference, after Damian Priest does his questions and stuff, he leaves. And it was I think it's Kathy Kelly was the woman there.
Dark-haired girl?
Yeah, she said, "Just got it through my earphones or earpiece that this guy's not supposed to be on the press conference, but he's coming out now, CM Punk." Here comes CM Punk with a dozen of donuts. He's just sitting down there eating donuts.
That's his thing. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Like you watch any press conference with CM Punk, he's either eating Snickers, donuts, something.
It was
He's
funny
eating
as
something.
shit. He was funny, dude.
Well, a lot of the time you see that in the UFC a lot. You'll see that, like, people will come in and their fight's over. So now their training camp is over. The fight's over. So it was
Indulge.
Jorge Masvidal. He had an open box of pizza, and he would take 2 pieces and put them together, and he's just sitting there eating pizza during the whole press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
remember. I watched that one.
I get it why he's doing it, because, he's out of fight camp and everything like that. CM Punk, maybe it's just for that, or it's just something CM Punk always does. Because he's a fan of the UFC. He's still a fan of UFC.
He did announce, dude, when he was talking to the press people, he was leaving.
Cleared?
He was leaving from Scotland, flying back to Chicago. He won't be at Raw, but he will be at SmackDown, and supposedly it's to announce that he's cleared.
Why is he doing a SmackDown? He's not even a SmackDown. He's a Raw guy.
Yeah.
Was because SmackDown's in Chicago.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Makes
that makes
sense.
sense. That makes sense. So where's Raw?
Corpus Christi, Texas.
Yeah, I'd go to Chi-Town too.
I'd rather go to Corpus.
That's a good venue at Corpus Christi.
I like
Easy to
Corpus.
get to, easy to dock.
What do you mean easy to get to? Corpus? It's all the way at the bottom of Texas.
Yeah, dude, it's right on the freaking water.
Yeah, it's all the way at the bottom.
You can unload your truck and unload your trailer and then jump in the ocean.
I can see that.
It's right close. Boom.
Interesting.
That's the first thing when we were down there. That's the first thing we do. Well, we'd unload the trailers, go to catering, go to the ocean.
Catering.
But yeah, you got to eat, dude.
So that was the PLE. All in all, pretty decent.
I thought it was pretty good.
I give it an A.
I wouldn't give it an A.
I give it a B plus.
I'd probably give it a B minus.
I give
Why
it
is your
an
A
for the Cody match. It was a good match.
Yeah, it was.
Right,
it was
man,
really
what?
good.
Okay, so here's why I've only given one A, and that's probably as high as my ratings will go. I've only given one A, and it's because of two reasons. I used a Barstool scale. Shout out Barstool Sports.
I can subscribe.
Kind of like Dave Portnoy does the pizza reviews. Never gives a perfect score ever, because then you can't go better from that.
Yeah, you called me out on that.
Right. So
I was over the
you
moon
give
about
something
Liv and Dom.
Yeah. You give something like an A, you can still give an A plus. If you give something, and it's got to be, every match has got to be a 5-star match for me to give it an A plus. And not every PLE or every event is going to be, every match anything is going to be 5-star. It'll be close, but it's just not possible. It's not obtainable.
I would give the Cody match 4 stars because it was really good. 4.5. I would give the main event probably about 4.5 because it was also really good. I give the women's tag team match probably a 3 because of the spots. And I'll give the Intercontinental match probably a 4. So we almost had close to a perfect show.
But it's never going to be perfect.
No, it will never be perfect. And like I was over the moon about Liv and Dom, but when I said A plus, you're like, so nothing can beat this, and I was like, oh, never mind. Because
that's just the way that I grade, and you guys grade however you want, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I 100% agree with Portnoy on that.
I agree with I think a B plus, and for the reasons why I gave.
Yeah,
I wish that would have been Danny Davis, but it was CM Punk. Anybody knows who Danny Davis is? What?
That's what was supposed to happen, I reckon.
Danny Davis was supposed to run in?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
CM Punk. Randy did say that CM Punk was in Scotland.
He was. That's what I read.
Give credit where it was due.
I read that it was that he's been seen in Scotland. So does he take the Ultimate Hater Award away from AJ? Flying all the way to Abu Dhabi to screw him over?
maybe.
AJ ran in there.
So.
Yeah. So AJ's still the hater of the year.
So is AJ really going to retire this time?
No, he's got a lot left in the tank. He's got so much more to offer.
But why did they? Well, I knew Cody wasn't going to lose. I couldn't believe that you actually bought into that stuff. Like, hell no, Cody ain't
I
gonna lose.
did for a minute.
I know you did. That's why I'm talking to you. I can't believe you bought into it. I'm like, they're not going to take the belt off of Cody. Cody's going to keep that belt until next year.
Yeah.
Until WrestleMania.
And
if
then
not longer.
maybe, yeah. Once you get to a big event like Mania,